Oh, yes, thank you, Isabella. Now it's my turn. I'm going to explain about Pixton and Padlet. First of all, I need to say that I have worked with these two applications or platform before, and they are really useful online tools for teaching as well as for learning. So Pixton means it's just a creation tool that allows users to create awesome comics. That's it. But then if we go to probable characteristics and applications of Pixton, then we're going to find that it lets, first of all, teachers and students to introduce different topics, ideas. You can brainstorm or clarify doubts using any kind of humor. But Pixton have a paid version that is for schools and is also called, or it is actually called, Pixton for Schools. But despite this version, we have the free version that allows the teachers and the students as well to have their own space, their own options, where they can actually storage their creation and work collaboratively speaking in different activities. So you don't really need actually the paid version to create and work and have good results. Another application that we can have for Pixton is that it actually enhances knowledge and generate new forms of analysis and interpretation of workshops and ideas from others. You can imagine different new scenarios and defend it and actually apply it into a real context using this application. Now, what are the challenges or problems of Picton? If we go strictly to the application, it doesn't have any problem, but it might be a little bit challenging for those who are not um, computer friends, let's say it like that, because you need to create, you need to move a lot into the platform and use many tabs and options in order for uh, teachers or students, either both, to create. You need to click in everything, you need to do everything from draft, from nothing. And you need to start creating your own uh, workshops. So it is kind of challenging because you need to explore. If you don't explore, then you will get stuck. And then is where the problems come. You need a good internet connection and you need to be creative. Pixton provides you with all different options, but you need to be creative. You need to innovate, actually, using different options, and you can have and actually succeed using the platform. In addition, we can talk about the usage in higher education. For example, if we talk strictly about English classes, I can tell that it will depend on the teacher uh, or actually the creativity of the teacher towards the application of this tool regarding any theme or topic. We can create stories, we can actually make summaries, respond to reading assignments, express problems, but with a sense of humor since this is a comic application. Also, it might be or become a very effective way to demonstrate written language skills in the context or in any given context, because you can select, for example, you can have a comic based on a restaurant or in an airport, hotel, a school. So it depends on the context. You are the creator. So you decide on what to do it. So this is really valuable actually and useful for teachers and students because it doesn't have any boundaries. If there is any good proposal, yes. In my case, I would propose using Pixton and an integrated skill course in order to enhance expressions. It might be formal or informal expressions in regular situations, spoken or written. So this is how I would propose a research for this, using this platform actually. And yes, I found many or some researchers on the internet. And the one that I prefer that caught my attention was was one made actually in Ecuador called The Impact of Pixton for Teaching Grammar and Vocabulary. So as I said, this is a really helpful tool. So now let's talk about Padlet. Padlet is an application to create online bulletin board and where you can display any information. The characteristics and applications are that you can offer the opportunity to collect from webcast links and share information with your students. Also, you can brainstorm ideas, you can collect ideas, you can post comments, information. Also, you can use collaboration work since actually you can comply all at the same time in the same platform. You can work collaboratively. And if we talk about challenges or problems, you need to create an account. Actually, you will have access from your computer, so you need to download a software to your computer, but you can also try to access online, and it's for free. You don't actually need to pay for this. And of course, you need to have a good internet connection. My one problem or challenge is that at first it might look messy since there are many windows and tabs posted on the screen. Since this is a bulletin board online, it might look messy and a little bit confusing for first users, but then you start getting accustomed to it and then you start working, and this is really helpful. It doesn't offer actually assessment tools. You can enroll, you can give roles to your students, you can control the classes, you can assign many things, but you can actually assess them. You need to have another tool in order to assess your students if you're using the platform as any other platform for assessing. In higher education, of course, yes, we can comply with many virtual classroom topics. You can actually give the students different ideas or topics where they can go and develop any given idea or theme. You can foster peer work and collaboration, as I said before. And of course, you will develop interpersonal skills since you can assign roles. So actually the students can become a teacher of the structure and they can assign different roles to those who are in the roster. Yes, there is a proposal for this. Using Padlet might enhance collaborative learning in isolated grammar modules in freshman students, because sometimes when we teach grammar, we teach it just using modules and books, but we can actually use Padlet to post information and work collaboratively and succeed in any grammar aspect. And yes, there are some researches made on the internet using Padlet. One that caught my attention was Padlet as an educational tool, pedagogical considerations of lesson learned. So it is useful for those who are newcomers and want to improve their teaching resources using these LMS resources. And as conclusion, I can say that we need to be innovative, we need to innovate, we need to take risks with our students, and we can make classes comfortable, we can make classes interesting despite mere traditionalism. This is how we view teaching. The question isn't how do I or do we teach this, but how can they learn it? Jace Bossart. So thank you for paying attention to this presentation.